All right, Robert Benavides here with the Boxing Mob with Coach O. Okay, hold on, let me start that again. Robert Benavides here with the Boxing Mob with Coach Omar Villanueva,
Yep.
aka Coach O. Coach, tell us about, if people don't know, like a little bit of your history, how long you know Diego. For somebody that, is just kind of meeting you, like tell us just a little bit about when you met him and a little bit of the history.
Well, it's funny because one of my old buddies, sparring partners, he actually trained him when he started, and he had brought him over to spar one of my guys. And the first time I seen him spar, I was just like, this tall, lanky, kind of to me in my eyes at that time was like goofy kid, and I'm like, what is he gonna do? And I was like, when he went out there, he was a whole different kid. He was out there tall, lanky, but long, and just can crack. I just watched him beat up my guys, and I was like, "Where'd you get this kid?" I thought he had probably like 30, 40 fights, and he only had like 3 or 4 fights at the time. I was very impressed by him, to say the least, and I've been supporting him ever since. Started going to his fights. It's weird how we ended up getting together. He ended up being with us at our gym, and been working with him ever since.
So, and so tell me about the dynamic. We see this, I mean, let's talk about this. What do you think about this next fight coming up and how you guys are preparing?
Well, this fight is not just any other fight. We're up against a tough, good, good opponent. Like, he's 26-0 with 23 knockouts. I mean, when he's in there, he means business, But we're very prepared for this. It's not nothing that we can't handle. Like, I watched stuff on him. We put the plan together, me and the other coaches. But I studied the tapes a lot, and I watched what he does. And we got guys that could simulate a little bit of what he does, and we worked on the things that we were trying to execute in the fight, and we kept drilling them, and you'll see the results December 13th.
Now, we've seen this happen a lot where, it's life. People leave, they come back to another camp. Like, how did this work out for you? Like, was he gone, yeah, just talk about that dynamic, because it happens a lot. Like, talk to me about the dynamic of when, you invested time, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So in the beginning, right, I was with him for about his first 13 pro fights. I was with him for about his first 13 pro fights, and then, some things happened and things didn't work out with one of the other coaches, so he decided to make a change, and he asked me if I was still willing to help him, and I've told him, of course. I mean, I don't see what would be the issue. So I continued to help him, and an opportunity came up for him with the Benavides team, and he asked me what I thought, and me wanting best for him, and I was just coming up in the pros, and I had been doing well in the amateurs. I wanted what was better for him, and I said, you know what, man, you need some change. And I think going out there, he grew, and I wanted him to have growth. And when he went out there, sure enough, he got the growth. He became more disciplined, he became a man in the sport. And also he became a man outside of the sport. He ended up having a child. He has his wife and his child, and now he's grown in the industry, and he's just ready for that next level, which is the world championship.
so how does it feel, like, just close it out, how does it feel to have him back, and, what are the plans for the future now?
There's no limit to the plans, The sky's the limit right now. If Crawford vacates or doesn't vacate any of the belts, obviously
The sanctions? So let's start. They stripped them.
They
So
stripped
start,
them of.
start at the top. Yes.
Yeah, they stripped them of it. So, but there's all these other belts as well. Like, that belt will probably be up for grabs, and we're right there in the top 3. So, whatever whatever comes, we'll be ready. I think that's why he came back. We wanted someone who could focus on him, and he's always gotten good schooling from me. And now we assembled our team, and he just came back where he knew he could get the good schooling and level up into the sport.
Any last words that you want to say to anybody out there, or any last words or anything, or
I mean, just to say that when you put your mind to everything and you become disciplined, you have consistency in this sport. Doesn't matter at what age, doesn't matter where you're from. He's a prime example of what comes out of it. And sky's the limit with this.
All right, Coach O, thank you.